Hello guys, welcome back. So we are finally reviewing Mohenjo Daro movie. So this film is directed by Ashutosh Gowariker and is starring Hrithik Roshan and Pooja Hegde. So this film is supposed to be based on the Indus Valley civilization, which is happening in Mohenjo Daro city, which is probably like 10,000 years back before Christ. And whilst my impression and opinion about this movie is that the movie was good to an extent. But if you watch the movie as an overall, it was kind of disappointing. And this is what I said in my review on Twitter. So when I watched the movie, I was expecting something else. Of course, I did say that when I went to watch the movie, I had no expectation. After watching the trailer, a lot of people got disappointed because of the visual effects and what it was trying to portray. And when I watched the movie, it did not fulfill my expectation. You know, I was really disappointed. And the reason being is the direction wasn't so great. And I was, especially the story, I was expecting something else. I wasn't expecting a throughout romance movie. Of course, the first half was a big letdown for me. The first half was a big letdown, and towards the second half, it got a little bit better, but I wasn't captivated by the stories, you know. Normally, when I watch a movie, straight from the intro and the beginning, you get pulled into the story, you get more appealed and attracted to the story to watch to watch the rest of the movie. You know, you get attracted, you feel like, okay, you get more excited to see the rest of the movie. But I wasn't feeling that at all in this one. So the plus point of the movie would be the cinematography. Cinematography is a big plus point in this film. It was very well shot for where it was before. Because remember, they have very minimal reference of Mohenjo Daro. So Ashutosh Gowariker did a lot of research, and you could see that on the film. Another plus point would be Hrithik Roshan. So Hrithik Roshan, I think, as Salman, is that his name?
Yes.
As a Mohenjo Daro citizen, he was playing a phenomenal job. His role was fantastic. I think when it comes to action, romance, he gives his 100% commitment, and I really like that. As well as that, Pooja Hegde was phenomenal as well. She did a superb job. The combination and chemistry with Hrithik Roshan was seamless. It was believable, convincing, and natural. The romance was probably the best combination I've seen so far. The minus point, again, I would say the story. The story is a big letdown. It's spoiled with too much romance. There's too much romance in this movie, especially in the first half. It ruined the experience for me. Towards the second half, there was a little bit of action. I thought there was going to be more action, but there was a little bit of action. The climax, I was expecting something big and, like something you haven't seen before. But then again, it was very minimal, very mediocre and average. So I was expecting a bit better climax. So when I finished watching the movie, it was a big disappointment for me. You know, I was expecting something else, and this movie didn't give me that. I will let you add more on this.
I mean, don't know, when I was watching the starting point, when I was watching the movie, I was thinking about Bahubali, Bajirao Masti. I don't know why I was thinking those movies.
True, there was no reference to the
lots
movie.
of reference. Even I was thinking about Exodus. If you see the Exodus, the Hollywood movie. So I don't know what's going on with.
We're not trying to compare, guys. We're just giving our opinions.
Just I don't know why it's coming in my head when I was watching the movie. Okay, I mean the movie story is very important. You know, whoever in the cast doesn't matter. Who is directing doesn't matter. But if your story is not good, even you based on a true event story, it doesn't matter. If you don't plot the story properly, it's failed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with Mohenjo Daro. We didn't get any updated news about. Is it working out well? Is it not working out not well? I don't know. Is it bad or is what's going on? We don't know, because we need to give it a time, probably at least a month, to find out what's going on. Is it a hit or is it a flop? So Hrithik Roshan's acting is good. Pooja, good. You got Kobir Vaidi, who is the villain, good. All the other villains good, all the other actor, they're all good.
They all done a decent job.
All done their job done. But even you done the job good, but the matter is the story. The only big point of the story is not good. Second of all, action. Come on, man.
Big letdown. I mean,
this is why we went to watch Mohenjo Daro.
Let me add something. The intro was good, the crocodile fight sequence,
okay.
And the second half there was an arena fight sequence. That was good, but that's all. There's nothing else, and this is why I got so much disappointed, because I was expecting something else.
Yeah.
The story is so average, so mediocre. There's nothing else than a typical basic story. The story just revolves on Hrithik Roshan and Pooja Hegde romance. There's nothing else. So when you guys go watch the movie, don't expect some phenomenal fantasy epic movie. This is just a romantic love story. I would say that's the reason we got so disappointed, because I'm not going to compare it with Bajirao Mastani. If you see Bajirao Mastani, the narration, the way it was executed, and you feel more attracted to the storyline. Whereas Mohenjo Daro failed on that. You see, it's a romance, okay, it's fine, but the way it was narrated to the audience and the way it was going through the movie, it wasn't well made, and it wasn't. I felt like boring. I've seen this kind of romance story before, and the only difference with this one is the place. I mean, Mohenjo Daro, the city, and the environment. But apart from that, you don't get pulled in to watch the story. Even if there's romance, I don't mind if there's romance or love story, whatever. It needs to be attractive. You know, you need to be attracted, pulled into the story, and feel interested. You need to feel interested to see the rest of the movie. If you don't feel interested, you'll get disappointed, and this was what the mistake Ashutosh Gowariker did. I think
he wrote the story, bro.
He probably wrote the story, yes. So that's the reason it wasn't so appealing to me.
He wants to be like everything. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You need to give the story to somebody else who writes story. You are a director, do the director thing. If somebody writing the story, give that person the writing story, because your story is very normal. It's like you just made it up, putting like this and that. It doesn't work. You need to give somebody who work on story. Second of all, other thing is the music. Rahman, it's kind of okay. I'm not gonna say is one of the best, because I was thinking something different, but it's
same for me. Yeah, I mean the song were decent.
Yeah.
The background score were decent, but. And then when you watched, the first half was decent in terms of background score and music. The second half, there was nothing special,
Nothing special.
There was just decent background score, and that's it. It stopped there. There was no like some phenomenal background score from A. Rahman. Of course, A. Rahman is making so many movies. That's probably why he's losing a bit in the quality.
I mean, even this is a big thing. If you're a music director of so many movies, you're gonna concentrate on the one which is really big. So I don't think so. It's kind of like a big budget movie, because I don't see anything like big budget inside. Unless there's some scene in the river scene, some like water coming in the scene. I think if you know about Lagan probably from him. That's a different story. That's a nice story. It's a nice story portrayed in there. I don't know who wrote the story. If it's him, it's good. But if he wrote down the Mohenjo Daro, it's not good. It's like it doesn't make any sense. After all, it doesn't make any sense. Because of Hrithik Roshan, I think people are more get attracted to go and watch the movie rather than Ashutosh Gowariker. I mean.
So as I said before, we don't get this kind of movie every year. Like Mohenjo Daro is probably a one-time movie that's going to come out probably every 2-3 years. So it's very hard to direct and execute this film. And we should appreciate the effort that at least they made a movie about Mohenjo Daro. But even though the story was not so appealing, we should appreciate and encourage them to make more movies, such movies like with different story.
Yes, I mean, acting is okay.
Yeah.
Pooja is okay. I mean, Hrithik Roshan is okay. I mean, everything is okay. But the story just messed up everything. Like,
the story it's a big letdown.
Story and action. These are the two things. Because you have a good story, you have a good action. Because Mohenjo Daro, by the name, it have to be like a big action movie, not like the.
Not even action, like a big epic like adventure movie, and I didn't feel that, I wasn't even like, okay, the set, I mean, you could see that they had a very restricted budget as well, because the visual effects was so poor. Like I was expecting some because after seeing, I'm comparing again, but you guys, I don't know, but we have to compare, when you see like Bajirao Mastani, Bahubali, and the level of visual effects in those movies.
Even Puli.
Yeah, if you compare those visual effects to Mohenjo Daro, it's a big letdown again. I mean, it was very average. I don't know if it's because of the time, or the restriction, or even the budget.
Something is wrong.
There's something going on that's the reason they were not able to fulfill the vision of Ashutosh Gowariker, because I thought that probably the producer or something, because initially it was produced by Disney, but then they gave away to UTV. So there's something going on in terms of financially. Financially there's something going on. That's the reason they couldn't.
Maybe Disney said we don't want to go.
So that's probably the reason they didn't want to spend more money in this film, or probably they didn't trust the movie like it's going to do well. So I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I thought technically they should have done a little bit better, because in a movie those aspects of visual effects, special effects, you can't compromise. You need to put your 100%, even though you don't have the budget. Just try your best to give the best. So this is what.
One thing I mean, Ashutosh, I hear that he he's little bit problematic guy. I know in some award they banned him, and I heard that he spent his 3 years to write down this story.
Mohenjo Daro.
3 years to write down this story.
Especially the pre-production. They spent a lot of time.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad director, but I think he don't need to go to writing stories. He's not good at it. So.
I mean, we're not criticizing Ashutosh Gowariker because this guy is phenomenal. He's a super
he's
director.
Good, but I think
he's done
story is that.
Yeah, he's done Jodha Akbar, Lagan, and other like great movies. So we're just saying that Mohenjo Daro is a basic movie. You know, there's nothing special about it. You guys can watch it without expectation. You probably enjoy it. But in my opinion, this is a one-time watch movie. So let's say I think we said it all. I hope you guys not gonna throw tomatoes at us. So let's say we're gonna give a score for this movie. So I think I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10.
That's a lot.
I think that's a decent score for the movie. What do you want to give? 6 out of 10 as well?
I mean, now I'm not going to say. I will give like 5, not 6, man.
So that's all, guys. So that was our full review of Mohenjo Daro. Let us know what you guys liked about the movie, and people that didn't like it, tell us why you didn't like the movie. So that's it. And then follow us on Twitter as well for the latest update. Don't forget to subscribe. And for now, we are done.